Okay, acid base is something you do have to know about. If you do not know acid base, you are in trouble because everybody else knows about acid base. Okay? So one thing you have to do in acid base is if they give you an arterial blood gas value report, you have to interpret it as metabolic acidosis, metabolic alkalosis, respiratory acidosis, respiratory alkalosis. So if they give you lab values, you have to convert it to words. Now, if you know how to do that, you're 100% accurate. Go for it. Don't listen to me. I don't want to fix what isn't broken. But if you're confused about that, you're nervous about it, you're anxious about it, I've got something here that might help you. Okay? All right. Interpreting blood gases, the first thing I suggest you memorize is the rule of the bees. Do you see it there? The rule of the bees. And what I want you to do is fill in here. It says, if the pH. That fills your first blank in. And as I say, there's only 3,000 to go. Okay, so if the pH and the bicarb, if the pH and the bicarb are both in the same direction, then it's metabolic. So the B's are bicarb both bolic. Do you see those bicarb both bolic? The reason why this works is respiratory does not have a letter B in it. Bicarb has the B in it. So what I'm saying is this. They will give you an arterial blood gas with 8 values in it. How many do you look at? They'll give you 8 values. How many do you look at? 2. Which 2? pH and the bicarb. That's what the rule says. Just look at the pH, look at the bicarb. Then look to see what direction they're going. If they're both in the same direction, be it up or down, it doesn't really matter. As long as they're both in the same direction, who cares what direction? Then you must use what adjective? Metabolic, because the rule says if the pH and the bicarb are both in the same direction, it's metabolic. Well, what if they're in different directions? Then you only have one other choice, and that's respiratory. Now, what do you get the acidosis and alkalosis from? The pH. Exactly. So let's look at how this rule would work. Well, first we have to know the normals. What's the normal pH? 7.35, 7.45. That is a piece of universal nursing knowledge. Everyone knows that. If you do not know that, you're the only nurse in the universe that doesn't know it. No, I'm serious. Okay, the normal bicarb is 22 to 26. Not every nurse knows that, so learn that. 22, 26. I call them the bicarb years, when you're 22 to 26-year-olds and you have to make all those decisions. What job do I take? Who's my buddy? Am I going to get married? Am I not going to get married? Am I going to move in, not move in? You know, all those decisions you got to make when you're 22 to 26. That gives you heartburn. So you need the bicarb. I call it the bicarb years because you're always in a knot over decisions. It's nice to be 56. No choices. No other women want you. No jobs want you. So it's nice. You only got one option. Makes it nice. Question.
Our teacher told us to remember that 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6.
That's true, but what does that mean? Oh, okay. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Oh, 22 to 26. 2, 2, 2, 6. Oh, that's cool. I like
That's
that.
an easy way to remember.
That's good.
A lot of 2, so
Lots of 2s.
bicarb.
So 2, 2, 2, 2, 6. All right. Now, let's look at those, and let's look at our examples. In the first example, the pH is in what direction?
Down.
Down, so draw a little arrow down in the box next to it. Then the rule says to look at what? The bicarb, and the bicarb in this case is in what direction?
Down.
Down, so draw a little arrow down. Are those arrows going in the same direction?
Yes.
So what adjective must you use?
Metabolic.
Metabolic, and because the pH is down, it is. So that is an example of metabolic acidosis. Okay, look at letter B. Bicarb is the pH is in what direction? Up. Bicarb, up. Are they both in the same direction?
Yeah.
Yes. So what adjective must you use? Metabolic. So this is metabolic alkalosis. Is everybody with me? Okay, the next one. pH is down, bicarb is up. Are they both in the same direction? No. So what adjective can you not use? Metabolic. So you have to use respiratory. So this would be respiratory acidosis. Now the only time this doesn't work is when there's a mixed acid-base disorder and boards doesn't go there.